What's up guys, today I'm going to be bringing you guys a tutorial on how to do 90s on console. Now 90s aren't too difficult, it's just learning it has kind of a curve to it just because there are a lot of different variations of 90s, so it makes room for a lot of errors. And a lot of tutorials that I've seen that do 90s on console don't really go into depth and don't really explain the errors that you could be making while trying to learn how to do these 90s. So my goal in this video is to show how to prevent those errors and how to do 90s effectively on console. So to learn how to do a basic 90, all you have to do is place a ramp and place a wall directly in front of it. After you do that, place a wall above it and to the right of it. Next, you're going to want to place a flat or floor piece, whatever you want to call it, and then your ramp. That's the basic 90-degree turn. As you saw, I went pretty slow on my first attempt just to show you guys what it's going to look like, and then I start speeding up. But I'm just going to slow down a clip one more time so you guys can see in slow motion, so you can see what it looks like when you're doing one normally. Now that's how you do the basic placement of structures for 90s, but to keep doing them consistently and not mess up, you have to make tight turns and you have to hug the opposite side of the area which you're building towards. So if you're building your 90s towards the right, you should be standing towards the left side of your ramps. Learning these steps is going to lead you to a lot of errors, and I've also encountered those errors, and it took me a while to figure out what I was doing wrong and how to fix it. And I'm going to be telling you guys how to do those exact things. So the issue I ran into the most while trying to practice 90s was I always kept putting a flat above my head, and I would never understand how it would get there just because I feel like I'd be clicking it at the right time, but it'd still somehow be above my head. So what I figured out is it's not the timing exactly, it's just the way you're looking. So if you're looking even slightly too high up, you're going to place the flat above your head. So what you need to do is either be looking straight ahead or kind of below you. Doing this will fix the most common error, well at least in my opinion, the most common error that you can make while doing 90s. The last and most common mistake that I was making was I kept falling off the side of my build. And the reason for this was, like I said, you need to hug the opposite side of the way you're building. So if you're building your 90s to the right, you'd be moving towards your left. And the thing is, I was hugging the wall too much to my left or too much to my right. And that just causes you to fall because you're hanging on the edge. And when you build that second wall above you, it's going to force you off the side. Now to learn double 90s, it's probably one of the more easier things to learn just because you already know the steps to making a 90, but instead of putting your ramp outwards, you're just doing another 90 on top of that. So what I mean by that is when you usually do a 90, you put a ramp out to extend yourself and then you do another 90 on top of that. But a double 90, you do your first 90, then you put a flat down, and then you do your ramp wall thing again. It's simple. It's kind of hard for me to explain. It's better for you guys to see me do it and then learn off that. Finally, the best way to practice your 90s, double 90s, and just building in general is to go on Playground and practice it by yourself. Trust me, if you sit through a full Playground session, which is about like 40 or 50 minutes, you will see major improvement in your building or 90s, whatever you decide to practice, just after that one Playground session. And I will always recommend for you to build fight against your friends just because it applies a little bit more pressure, so you could see how your build fights or how your 90s would be like in an actual game. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like.
Yeah, we kinda let it go. Two-tone protect, I gotta keep it on me. Counting all these diamonds when I'm feeling lonely. I don't wanna hear it, baby, come and show me. Buying all these foreigns, feeling like they trophies, baby. Baby, counting all this blue, baby. Baby, that's just what we do, maybe. I could show you how I do, maybe. In the back of this little Benz coupe, I could show you how I do, I show you how I move. Got these stars in my root, these stars in my tooth. Got this